Hello, everyone. I thought I would just show how I've been FCing on a cliff recently. Maybe you can pick up a few things, but maybe you can just copy the strat. Up to you, obviously. But yeah, I mean, we played this advance on, I think, 2 days ago or yesterday, whenever I've recorded this. But I just thought we played like, I think, 5 cliff games. So I thought I'd just do a kind of just overview of all the cliffs. So yeah, maybe you can learn something. And yeah, so starting, uh, this is a strat that Chris made. It's EXO in my clan, but yeah, this was he made the strat like 2-3 years ago, but obviously I've kind of tweaked it a little bit to my satisfaction, I guess. But the idea is you're having double I7 going lower side with one BZ covering. You have the Fosh B as well to shoot the hill, and you have everything else going top side. You can choose between 1 CS and 2 CSs. If you have only 1 CS, you go straight to here, because this position is just so good from south. And the other one is just kind of nice to have, but you can go without it. It just provides you on info if they're coming heavy topside, though you will get lower side info beforehand. So you have these I7s going down the road because they are a lot faster that way, because the I7 has kind of bad ground resistances. So you're a lot faster on the hard terrain, I guess. But yeah, here we go with the fight. So anyway, they're doing some kind of split. So, I mean, obviously we're only down by, I think, 1 gun here. Two guns here. I mean, technically 4 if you include Vidar, but we just come straight over. We accept the punish because it's not that big of a punish. It's only like 5 BZs, and then if they stop and aim, then you're in time to catch this group by the time they're repushing in like they are now. And the whole idea is basically after you're repushing dip and you've taken like these positions off them, or like you're repushing back, your whole idea is to get down with only a few to this position. If they have anything here, you're normally just obviously the I7s just kind of kill it, but if they have for some reason a lot here, expecting you to overpush, you're just pushing in with enough while holding this corner with like 2 or 3 normally. But yeah, in this game, this guy gets kind of caught by himself, so he will die from positions. We keep 2 in mid, obviously, because you basically don't want them to have the option of overpushing well enough, and you also obviously shoot them in the ass when they do it. Obviously, strike is a big factor in this game. It literally forces them to do something, because if they just sat there, I would do, what, 10k with the strike? So obviously forces them to do something, and the easiest option is just repush into this, though obviously this is not a good repush for them at all. Another reason to have people on the rock is so when they are repushing this, obviously this is kind of like the weak point, kind of. Obviously, if they push it all into this, you then have crossfire from everywhere. You have crossfire from these 3 guys, these 3 guys as well, and all these guys, and your people in mid can join quickly as well. So you kind of want to make this kind of like the weaker point of your team if they want to dump it. And if they they take full top, then you just try and have so much crossfire that they can't sit on the top. But anyway, obviously the strike's quite annoying for us here, but as you can see, the health is starting to get down a little bit for them, and we're just waiting for the strike to end so we can start playing close again. Obviously, we still have 4 here. We're shielding our one-shots if we can. Obviously, Vidar can't peek yet because of the CS on the hill. It would have been nice, probably, just for 1BZ to maybe even chase that CS, just so we had this guy in the game, but it's kind of fine, to be honest. He can probably just shoot these guys instead. But yeah, now we're repushing ramp again because their strike is ended. H7 is a one-shot and managed to get away. The CS, I think, tries to kill him, and this trade is just not worth it at all, from my opinion. May as well just done a shot on something else. Obviously, they're trying to run away to mid again, but obviously we're punishing them a lot for this. This is kind of why, like, this might have not have been necessary. Maybe you might have not even needed a guy to do this, or 2 guys to go behind them. Coming back to this corner might have been enough, and maybe even just sending one of them up the hill just so we have mid might have been much better. But at the same time, if for some reason they don't do anything, they could just turn and shoot you going up the hill. So I think it's fine to just come into the fight. Obviously, this BZ tries to push off our CS because it's such a powerful position. Pappy tries to get into this position to counter him, but it's kind of just game over at the moment. We have killed enough of their team where we can just kind of push the W key and we will win. Obviously, we have the CS out and no name in the BZ over there, but it's fine. But yeah, I mean the main takeaways are if you're going to repush ball, normally you're not dumping ramp with a lot, and if I mean there's many scenarios on cliff, but most of the time if they're doing this kind of splits and you can take the ramp off them to push them back on the corner to play in hold downs, it's nice for you. Also, if you push in, to where this H7 is or this dead guy is, they can repush you a bit easier. They can isolate you anyway. But I honestly think that the repush was just so nice for us. We have ball control, or lower side of the ball control, and we have this, so it's just a very, just not a nice push for them to push into. So this is next game. We kind of just played a cliff advance, obviously, but yeah, basically same opener but slightly different. This is mostly because we played the strat once before, so I'm just adding a little nuance basically to it, so the enemy team has to react differently and can't just like instantly react on whatever I'm doing. But this time, obviously, we have 3 BZs. This time, if they come ball, we're just punishing with them and sitting here on the corner. And they'll go in afterwards after we repush again, but a lot of people are doing this 4-3 CSs to here, one guy here, maybe one ramp or whatever, and it's just very dangerous for them. Obviously, in this scenario, we have the ball control, so we can just go straight into the ball. Obviously, we need to keep something on the rock to make sure that they're on the lower side. They can't just repush unspotted, and if they push, they're in crossfire. Kind of slightly bad positions from my team here. Like, they shouldn't really be here in this scenario. They're a bit too close because we have 5, I mean technically 6 out, I think. 3, 2, 1, yeah, 6 out. Pyro, I guess you could say, is kind of out, but he's shooting ramp, so I think it's fine. But yeah, they shouldn't have been here. They should have just been more kind of chill in the mid here, chilling around here. But yeah, I mean this overpush is still not very good for them. We do need to try and basically kill the CS. I mean, I was debating about this, if it's worth it or not. In this scenario, it's probably not worth it. Probably, because he's doing nothing here. Like, this position is meant to counter, like, this area with the CS and the top of the ramp, which, I mean, neither of them we are playing. So, probably wasn't worth sending him for this, but, I mean, in the end game, he is a very annoying tank to kill in this scenario, because we are quite heavy ball, but obviously their overpush is still pretty bad. We have actually got some good positions now. Like, all these 3 people from ramp fell back. We have some people in the house, on the rock. It's very nice. We have Vidar farming the entire time, and these double BZs as well. They're in very much bad crossfire. They can't really repush ball either because of Dragon on the rock. We should have done probably, or tried to kill this BZ going up. That was a bit of a problem, but, obviously we're 6k up at this point, so it's worked pretty well. Obviously now we can start re-pushing onto this side and start killing tanks. So, this one, they kind of try a desperate re-push on the bowl to try and kill me, but obviously I have double BZ behind me plus a CS as well, so I'm fine. Yeah, Nirix just comes in to shield me here, so if they want to try and kill me, they need to basically go through Nirix's health first, and the game is effectively over now. But yeah, I mean, the strat, I feel like, puts them in quite a bad scenario. Not a bad scenario, but it makes the enemy team do something with this strat IMO. If they are heavy bowl, then you get the I7s to the rock. Normally they're not punished because their I7s are kind of hard to pen, especially with heat ammo. Especially if you see them early, you have, if you drive perfectly, you have these little fences up until like here, and then you're shooting out of front of an I7. It's kind of hard to kill. And then you can just push on top side and play above them. And if they do these kind of splits with the CSs, you basically instantly get bolt if they're not playing heavy lower side. So you instantly get this, like these positions here, and force them to kind of do something with their CSs or BZs. Normally it's the BZs. The BZs have to choose if they want to push over the mid or they want to come to bowl and help. They can do push you back in the middle at first, but then the CSs are going to die. So yeah, it basically forces them to do something. As long as your mid tanks don't get caught, you're normally fine. Just quickly speed up this game. I mean, the game looks kind of close, but just on positions and the CSs where they are, it's just not close. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, Brufu still lived from that guy YOLOing him, so definitely probably wasn't worth sending him to go kill him. And much better would have been just to have him shooting mid, but well, can't be perfect, I guess. But yeah, I mean, a pretty simple game of Cliff, I would say. Okay, next game is after we lost a Himmel. I might show it at the end of the video, the Himmel, because it was kind of interesting, and we should have won, but we'll see. Anyway, for this game, we are doing a similar strat of, like, kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, just like a split, I guess, a split on bowl. This time we're having 3 I7s being pushed by 3 CSs. Mostly as a way to kind of not counter, but play against this kind of meta that's developed of people sending like 3 CSs bowl. Because a lot of teams are doing this with like 3 CSs bowl, some on lower side, some on top, and this kind of makes it so you basically will force them to do something, which is most likely repush bowl, more than likely. But I think this team overpushes mid, spoiler alert, but this just makes the enemy team do something before you have to do something. Obviously, you get punished on this cross. Obviously, I mean, I'm not using my replay because it's corrupted, but so I have grousers. I don't have fuel, but I'm not being pushed all the way. I had a decent-ish spawn, but as you can see, we're not in time to cross this. I think an I7 with fuel and grousers will, with a CS pushing, will probably just make it across in time, but it's still risky. So anyway, yeah, we're just obviously splitting the bolt. They have 2 lower side, just like us, and we managed to get the ball. We get punished quite a lot. Uncreative goes down to a 1-shot, but that's not terrible, to be honest. It would have been better if they shot the I7s, obviously, but it's fine. To get the ball control, there is another element to this strat that I'll actually show it in the next replay, because it's actually kind of what this strat is about. But anyway, they decided to push over mid, basically because, I mean, they can't really turn bowl because we have, 3 BZs in mid plus a CS, making it kind of like really hard for them to go bowl, because A, they get punished, and then they just wrapped around, and we still have good positions in the bowl as well. Only problem with B is our double 50B is kind of out the game. We have like 4 lower side, and they only have 2. Anyway, they decided to push over the mid. All my team are ramp still. There is an element to say that we shouldn't have gone into this dip to pressure away the CSs, because it allows them to push over the mid a lot easier. But at the same time, I feel like if you do nothing and just like, maybe if you just send 1 to fight the CSs or 2, maybe that's better. Because, we only have triple CS basically aiming for the cross now. I mean, I think Vidal was pushing someone, so he's still not in the good position yet. But anyway, our mid plays pretty well here, to be fair. I strike the ramp, obviously, because, I mean, that's the most important position on the map. No Name tries to go up the hill. Probably a mistake in hindsight. It would have been obviously epic if he can get up to the hill, but most likely it's not going to happen. You just need to shoot anyone goes up the hill, and that's always the call. Would have been better, but just to go onto their side and try and fight it out, but it's fine. At the same time, we're pushing off this CS. It could also be not needed, technically, to push this guy off, but it just makes so that me and Dragon can play here pretty safely until they obviously turn around. If, like, all 3 of us played here, we'd have just been crossfired by this CS as well, so I think it was probably a worth investment. Anyway, we still have done pretty well. We've got 2 kills here, to say they've pushed over with a lot more numbers. Their CSs are stuck here, fighting us now. guy I'm watching the replay from, Buddy, is on this rock. He'll die shortly, but I mean the damage is pretty good, as you can see. I mean, you know, 600, 1,000, 2,000. Not a bad, not a bad game. I paused it. 1 second. I'll just speed it up slightly. We have our 50Bs coming up here just to kind of shoot them in the back a little bit. Technically, should have come maybe a little faster to have some better shots, but it's okay. H7 makes the decision to try and cross over here. I personally don't think it's worth it because there's still 3 BZs here, and he's not going to kill all of them. But he gets unlucky with the fire. You know, I think he'd be maybe just over a one shot if he didn't get sun fire. Nori is still alive in the middle, and in the meantime, for some reason they push ball here. I don't really know why. They shouldn't have pushed ball here. If they just sat on their ass and just killed full topside, they would have been fine. But I think they just got scared for some reason. So they repush ball, and that allows us to repressure them with our basically all of our tanks that were kind of pointless being on lower side. So it's very nice for us. I guess they repushed because they saw our 50Bs running and they thought they could. But it was a mistake. Anyway. Now we just have to kill the guy leaving, if possible. We put him down to a one-shot here. Vidar tries to finish, but they shield. Oh, no, they don't. Never mind. But yeah, H7 dies there. At the moment, Nerix is flipped. If Nerix is not flipped, spoiler alert, we will win this game. But because he's flipped, we have to go back with someone and flip him back over. And that basically pulls out 4K out of the fight, which is really bad for us. If he was, you know, here with us and not flipped, we'd have been able to push into these 3 tanks and just kill them straight away before the other BZs were in the game. It's still technically playable, you know, we're 2K up. Obviously 2 guns down, but it's okay. So now we just have to wait for the CS and 50B to join. Technically, you could probably just make the same point. I mean, that's another bad ricochet from our BZ onto their BZ. You should be penning that, you know, all the time, really. It's point blank. But anyway, another bounce as well, which is unfortunate. But yeah, now Vidar goes for this 2 one-shots, soon to be one-shots. There you go. Rich should have just come around the corner as well and killed them both, but I think he thought Vidar had them both. He rushes his shot a little bit and he bounces. So unfortunately, he dies because of this. So this is why we kind of lost the game there. You know, if Vidar kills one of them, then he only takes 1 shot, and he can kill the other ones, and then we're okay. Rich is still on enough health to then just pressure this as well with our 50B. So yeah, slightly bad from us on some plays, but overall there should have been a win. It's just, you know, some bad shooting, flipping, etc. Not great. But, you know, showing that no strat on Cliff is unwinnable, I guess. But yeah, I'll go to the next replay. Okay, next game. I can't believe we get south 4 times by the way, but anyway, we're doing the same strat from last time, but this time I basically FC it better. There was 1 step missing from this strat that I didn't do last game, but this game I will show you. The timing's off. Anyway, so yeah, we're just doing the same thing of pushing the I7s to bowl, but this time, because they're only sending 2 CSs to bowl, we stop with the CSs and we turn towards the hill with all of them. And obviously, because we have the whole of reasons, those 50Bs obviously aiming here instead of hill is most of the time you just need to punish them coming in if they're doing some kind of split. Obviously, if they're doing a more heavy, lower split, you're deciding if you want to push over the mid. Another reason to bring the I7s being pushed by the CSs is, like, if they go full lower side, you have technically the option of going over the mid with the I7s with the CSs, so you can get to the houses quicker before the BZs are in time to punish the cross. But yeah, I take a lot of punish going over, but I think that's fine. We get hill off this because, you know, if you're aiming on this cross, you're not going to hit anything going up the hill, and double CS is not going to stop 4 CS going up the hill. So we get hill, we get ball. You know, very nice. Obviously, Pyro gets on fire here, so he loses like an extra 500 damage here. I go forward like an idiot here. I should have just sat in the strike and give a hold down to the double I7. But anyway, we push into lower side here with the double I7 and kind of crossfire this. At the same time, we obviously have 4 CSs on the hill. Technically, our team should have just dumped on this guy and killed him, IMO. I think it would have been a lot easier just to kill him straight, just to make it so he's not an issue any other time. Getting him just killed is, I think, the best option, but it's fine. Anyway, in the mid, we're doing okay. You know, we're fighting our good fight. We kill a BZ. We have the ball as well. We've killed, what, 4 tanks for 1? Pretty good trade. Anyway, so we're also just fighting, obviously, the ramp and everything. This guy is kind of the problem, really. It doesn't let us play hill. That is kind of the problem. If you get a CS here, then you can just kind of shoot down on everything in the mid. That's why I think it would have been worth just sending 2 to kill him. Probably Alex and I can't remember the other guy that was fighting against him, but that other guy. And yeah, now obviously we have bowl, we have hill. We should be in a very good position. We just need to make sure we slowly use our positions to win, because you know we're not up by a lot of HP, but we're up by just enough, right? Taking us time to aim here. Lucky. But yeah, we just need to start using our positions to slowly kill them because of our hill control. They get a BZ obviously up the hill, but he's a one-shot, so you can't really do much. But you know, our CSs are now all one-shots for him, and 2 of them are one-shots to CSs. Now this BZ that was close on one line, I kind of thought he'd run away because, you know, we can quite easily re-push him on that corner if he stays, but for some reason he stays. I'll quickly speed up the replay here. I don't know. Starfish somehow overpeaks on that BZ and kills him, so yippee. This BZ's still staying close for some reason, so we can kill him, or at least deal a lot of damage to him. But now we are chilling, because, I mean, now there's just, I mean, we somehow kill the CS as well, which is, I guess Starfish takes a shot to kill him. So, yeah, now we just have so many more tanks than them in the mid that we can just probably just pressure over the mid in a sec. After we see the CS on 1-2, it just allows us to push over the mid and just, you know, even if they kill one of us, they're not going to kill all 6 tanks, you know? But, yeah. Strats quite hard to pull off. Obviously, your players need to be listening to you, which, you know, it's hard sometimes. And also the timing, you need to make sure you're good at timing it, and obviously having that info on whatever is top side or lower side is very important to make the call with the i7s, and you need to be very quick with it, deciding what you want to do with the i7s. Yeah. But yeah, one replay I think from North is next. Okay, here is the last replay from Cliffs for today, anyway. So this strat is, I mean, Banter was doing this strat for a while when he first started playing in Gifted, but yeah, it's just basically a full bowl strat with 4 CSs going up the hill. The problem with this strat technically is, like, CSs can contest your CSs on the hill, but as well as if they have 50 Bs. I mean, I made this opener decision because they had no 50 Bs. If they had 50 Bs, I probably wouldn't have done this opener, and I would have just done a standard 4 CSs bowl, well, 3 CSs bowl, 1 CS ramp, and some lower side, some top. But they had no 50 Bs, so I thought I could just go up the hill here and go heavy bowl. This is why I brought a BZ71, because I thought I would have to play mid ramp with it, but alas, they just go full heavy top side and 260s lower, and they re-push into us here. CS is obviously 2v4 on the hill. They need to kind of start killing that guy very quickly. Alex and Uncreative should probably just start coming in and driving already, to be honest. They can obviously probably leave one maybe to shoot this guy, but they need to come into the game and make sure they're using their health. But yeah, I mean, kind of swap sides here. They catch one, we catch one, but we kind of luckily we have Rich managed to get away and boost to here, and Pyro I think comes from top side as well. So we have kind of nice crossfire here, where we still have top side and we have this ball of HP basically. Obviously, it's a bit of an issue because they have rock. The 260 somehow died on the cross. I guess he mistimed it, so he died. And then now we're in, I mean, I would say pretty good positions, even though we have full tanks out, which doesn't look great on paper. You know, it's still fine somehow. I don't really know how. I think they just played it badly, to be honest. But we should have had double CS coming off the hill a lot sooner to reinforce the pyro position. But now they're just full topside. We have crossfires on them basically from our positions with Rich and Pyro and Tigri as well. So yeah, we kind of just clean up at this point. Put our kills Prufus around the hill. And yeah, I mean, they do win the rock, I guess. But, you know, killing the rock is very important to make sure this 260 can't do anything. So it was fine to do this IMO with the double 50p. And yeah, we just have a lot more guns up here. So we win. But yeah, hopefully you've learned something from Cliff. Let me know if you want maybe more videos of me commentating over some games. Or maybe just what you think I could maybe improve on these kind of videos. But let me know. This video, or this advance, was uploaded to my channel, I think on the 13th, but I'll put a link to it in the description. So thank you for watching, and yeah, catch you in the next one.